currently a breakout in Google searches for the search term "I cannot get rock hard anymore."
I suffered with not being able to get it up for many years. Me and my girlfriend were at the end of our rope.
There's only a few things that can cause this to happen. But to understand this, we need to understand what an erection actually is. An erection is when your penis becomes hard and it's enlarged with an increase of blood flow. And this increase in blood flow can be due to a few reasons. It's your autonomous nervous system responding to physical stimulation, and this can be touch. Mental stimulation, such as visual stimulation, essentially what you can see. It can be hormonal changes in the body. It could be an increase in blood flow. It could be a change in levels of nitric oxide, and even dopamine levels can trigger a penile erection. So the cause of your not so hardness is within that formula somewhere. There's been a change to your visual stimulation. What you see is no longer stimulating you like it used to, or you're responding to that visual stimulation differently. And the same goes for mental stimulation. Ordinarily, maybe when you were younger, a small touch might stimulate you, but now you need more just to get that same level of excitement, that same level of arousal. Or your hormones have changed. Testosterone levels have reduced, cortisol levels have increased, or other endocrine hormones might be out of whack. For example, DHEA is a hormone produced by the adrenal glands, and low levels of this hormones are associated with an increased risk of erectile issues in men. And DHEA significantly declines as you get older, roughly about 10% a decade or 1% a year. Or cortisol levels. High levels of the stress hormone cortisol can contribute to things not being as hard as they used to. It will reduce how hard you get. It will take longer for you to get hard, and it will increase your refractory period, how long it takes from you to recover from one round to the next. And these days, high levels of stress is reported in young adults. It's increasing significantly. I want to deep dive into this for you. So this video will be one of a 3-part series that will help you fix things down there and make you a god in that bedroom. In this video, we'll focus on stimulation, and this is one of the most important factors in controlling excitement. And by the end of this video, you will know exactly what you can do to make a longer lasting change in just 7 days, boosting your erectile health. As we get older, sometimes we've just seen it all, we've experienced it all, and these things no longer excite us. And this is something you hear a lot of men say, but honestly, this is just a sign that 1, you watch too much corn. Corn is impacting how you're responding to stimulation. 2, you have low libido. 3, your body is stressed. Or 4, you have low dopamine levels, or it can be all 4 for you. And if you're experiencing things not getting as hard as it used to, firstly, if you're a social media user, take a 4-day break from social media. Go cold turkey. Studies show that excessive social media use can lead to a reduction in your dopamine levels. So if you find yourself consistently scrolling, this can have an impact on your erectile health and making you find intimacy less exciting. And this is all to do with dopamine, what's going on in your head. While arousal might seem simple, hey, you see something, boom, you spring up. There's actually a whole process involving different parts of the body, your nerves, your Johnson, and even your brain. And this is where dopamine comes in. If your brain is not producing enough dopamine, you could be experiencing less frequent sexual arousal and thus having issues maintaining a stronger one. But one of the biggest killers of dopamine is corn. Replace the C with a P. So to start off by fixing this, you need to work on your X drive, your libido, and you need to reduce the number of times you watch that corn. Corn is damaging, especially with excessive use. And if you find yourself becoming more aroused by watching stuff than you do in real life, then this in itself is a huge problem. Corn induced ED or erectile issues is rising. So if I were you, I would limit consumption of this to once a week, and just off the back of that, you start to notice your arousal increasing, stimulation increasing, and your ability to have a firmer one will start to increase. And this is where the herbs come in. You know that I'm a certified herbalist nutritionist, so this is my area of expertise. It's no coincidence that the same herbs that increase your dopamine levels in the brain also aid with blood flow. They're also known to be aphrodisiac herbs, helping you with your libido, with your X drive, and also your erectile health. everything within the body is somewhat linked. For example, ginkgo biloba is a plant native to China and it's been used for hundreds of years as a remedy for various health conditions. Studies show that ginkgo might improve blood flow, improve dopamine, improve cognitive function, and it's been shown to help boost libido and help increase and boost erectile health. Generally, this herb is good for all kinds of performance, gym performance and also bedroom performance.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. Come on. Yes.
Studies show that it can increase nitric oxide, which also improves erectile strength. One study showed that 50 patients who had erectile impotence, which is they can't even get anything down there. They used ginkgo for 9 months, and all of the patients who were able to get an erection using drugs, or the V and stuff like this in the past, now using ginkgo biloba were able to regain some spontaneous erections after 6 months. So this is people who haven't had any spontaneous ones, no nocturnal erections during their sleep. It's fully dead down there, and it happens to people. Like, I've helped people who haven't experienced an erection in 4 years. It's crazy to think, but this is the reality for some. So all the patients on this program who had used drugs in the past were able to regain spontaneous erections after 6 months. And this demonstrates an improvement in penile flow. And of the 30 patients who had no positive experiences, even using high levels of drugs to gain an erection, 19 improved using ginkgo biloba therapy. So people who are officially impotent, erectile impotent, were able to achieve an erection. Another herb that works similarly with this, and you can use it in conjunction, is ginseng, particularly Panax ginseng. One small study showed that Panax ginseng was successful in increasing the hardness, the firmness being rock hard, and the duration of your erections being able to last for longer, especially in men who are experiencing erectile dysfunction. And you can get ginkgo powder and Panax powder and put this together in a potent smoothie, or make your own capsules at home. But if you want me to start diving back into live recipes like we used to back in the day, comment down recipes and I'll start making these potent recipes for you. Guys, make the smoothie 1 hour before it's game time to help ensure you're ready for a spectacular performance. So you can utilize in the bedroom, you can utilize in the gym and other areas of your life. Comment down now. Panax ginseng will also improve your dopamine levels within the brain, which will increase and improve your mood, your actual desire, your libido, and it has other benefits such as testosterone too. Another herb that is useful here is yohimbe. Yohimbe is an evergreen tree that is native to Central and Western Africa. Yohimbe's active ingredient is called yohimbine, beerbine, and there are studies that show that people with erectile impotence had positive impacts by using this. Oral consumption of the active ingredient led to 14% of participants experiencing full and sustained erections. Crazy stuff. And 20% reported partial response to the therapy, and 65% of people reported no improvement. Combining different herbs, you might have a different experience. And these herbs show that the link within the body isn't quite straightforward. Everything is somewhat connected. You improve your mood, you reduce your stress, you have better hormones within the body, and this helps with your desire. One hand somewhat washes the other. For example, when men's desire tends to be low, their desire for many things tends to be low. Their excitement for things tends to be low. This is not the same as being tunnel visioned, being focused. That in itself is still high desire, high vibration, but that form of desire is now transmuted into other things. It's gone from expression to attraction towards your goals, or getting things attracting to you. And that's more of on a spiritual plane. And this, if you want me to discuss things like that, drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and more will be coming to you. No diddy. Let's move on to physical stimulation. Your penis naturally loses sensation and sensitivity as you age. So for some, when this happens, it might take you more time and more stimulation to get aroused. On top of the age factor, some of our habits as men can also reduce our sensitivity, reducing our ability to stay rock hard and get rock hard in the first place. For example, how you choke your Johnson could be leading to issues. There is something called the death grip, and this is using like a firm or aggressive grip to masturbate.
The cause is pretty self-explanatory. An overly tight grip during masturbation that creates a different sensation to sexual intercourse. This death grip is believed to cause penile desensitization, which can create serious issues when trying to reach orgasm during sex.
And this can lead to the desensitization of and that leading to potential issues with you staying as hard as you're meant to be. This, and also masturbation can do, is things that used to be pleasurable, such as actual intimacy, are no longer that pleasurable. It's hard to compete. Well, it's hard for your missus to compete with that level of pressure, that grip. And also the habit of blowing your load this way can reduce your ability to do so during intimacy. To reverse this, generally you need to change how you choke your Johnson, because that combined with porn watching is leading to corn-induced ED, and this is happening to many people. Real life doesn't cut it the same. It doesn't cut it like corn does, and real life doesn't give you that same grip as you do, and it's impacting how firm you can be. Like, this is off topic, but women who do it themselves at home climax quicker than those with their partner. And the reason for this is when you're with your partner, stress is increased, you're thinking about other things. This shows the impact of the mind when it comes to getting to that outcome. So what I'm trying to say here is there's a level of comfort with you being by yourself that can be interrupted when you're with your partner. And this habit leads to habitual connections within the brain with your releasing and that level of relaxation at home. It's unrealistic. It's not real. Sometimes it might be healthy, but it's a balancing act that needs to be done. Some of the best ways to counteract this is to start starting to do cardiovascular exercise that increase your blood flow. You can also start doing penile exercises, and as opposed to like strangling your chicken, you're doing these exercises, these massages, which help increase blood flow, they help increase libido, also enhance your erectile health, your sexual health. And to do this, just Google it. I'm not going to get into that detail, but oils can help, essential oils can help, and these can help bring back your sensitivity and help heal you. And if you suffer from premature X, that is another issue, and we'll talk more about that in subsequent chapters of this video. And this is just the first step. Other key reasons why there's a reduction in your sensitivity or your physical stimulation can be low testosterone. It could be alcohol. So if you're a habitual drinker, think about reducing the amount of alcohol you consume. It can also be stress. It can also be trauma. Do not ignore these things. Do not ignore the body changing, because if you ignore it as you get older, it's just going to get worse. And in this video, we've talked about both physical and mental stimulation. In the next video, we're going to talk about hormones and hacking the mind and things you can do, such as exercises that will make you be as hard as a rock consistently whenever you want it, giving you more erectile control by boosting your erectile health. So subscribe and turn on notifications for part 2. See you soon.